Sometimes, not all the time.
So it can build up and then you'll start to feel it?
Yeah.
Alright, does it ever wake you up?
No.
How's it feel in the morning?
I mean, I don't really tell a difference, but.
So nothing in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then, if you don't swim, will you feel it come on during the day?
It's usually just like after I swim. So even like during the day, afterwards, like if I don't have an afternoon practice, it'll carry on until like I go to bed at night.
And you'll wake up and it'll be fine?
Yeah.
Alright, that's all we can. Okay. Alright, so your neck's a big anchor to your shoulders. So it could be, your neck may not be able to tolerate what your arms are trying to do. Right, you're definitely more developed in that left trap.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out what's going on with the neck, and then the arm just anchors into the neck. And that may be you, it may not be the shoulder. A lot of times what's straining is the best working part. So you're trying to figure out, does it have something to hold on to actually get use? Your tendonitis is just overworking. So your rotator cuff is what stabilizes the shoulder.
Yeah.
So you have one in the front, the back, and the top and the bottom, pretty much. And they help hold the pivot. So then you have bigger muscles that give you strength through the pivot. That's your shoulders and your traps and your pecs and your back and your biceps. Yeah. So you're losing the wobble a little. You're losing the axis for you to have tendonitis of some rotator cuff muscles.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do is just hold it there, so it really pivots.
Yeah.
So that it's moving a little bit.
Yeah.
At its pivot point, at the glenohumeral joint, arm on your shoulder. So I'm going to take you through some muscle testing.
Okay.
And what I'm looking at is things you can't do.
Okay.
I don't care how strong it is. We're trying to see things that you're trying to avoid and that'll make sense for what you're coming in here telling me.
Okay.
Probably everything you're telling me is trying to cover what we're going to see you having a hard time doing.
Okay.
Right? And so as you get better at those things, then the shoulder can calm down.
Okay.
And up until then it can't, because it's trying to do two jobs really, or maybe more than that.
Overcompensate.
Yeah, it's just trying to do what you're asking it to do, and this is the best way possible, but it's come to a head.
Yeah.
Right? Just intolerant. So, what have they tried with you?
I did physical therapy for about a year or two.
Okay.
I have some of those stretches that
And
I
you did a
used
lot
to
of
do.
rotator cuff movements,
Mhm.
so a lot of pivot out, in,
Yes.
back,
Yep.
forward, and then this one too? Did
Yes.
they have you do that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what was the effect of it?
It usually, after one time doing it, like it wouldn't help, but as I did it more often, it would help. I mean, obviously that makes sense, and the more you do it, the more it works, but,
Maybe.
so.
And then when you back off, it comes right back?
Yeah,
Okay.
it never like permanently goes away.
Right. Did they ever inject it
No,
with anything?
no, my parents wanted to avoid doing anything like that.
They got you on any ice therapy, warm water, taping, TENS unit?
Yeah, I would ice
I
it,
do.
but I have done stem on it before, but
Did they send you home with one?
Yeah.
And then what was the effect of that? Same as doing the movements?
I felt worse with the stem than I did with just doing the exercises.
Okay. Because it's mechanical.
Yeah.
It's already overworked, and then you stimulate it more and it's already overworked. So then you put electrodes on it, and that's what that's saying. It's already doing too much. So this will be mechanical most likely for you.
Okay.
And then you had to turn that way down and use it for a few minutes and take it off.
Yeah.
And then you probably had a similar benefit as when you were doing the rotator cuff specific movements.
Yeah.
That's why that happened. It's just too much. All right. Anything in your back, hips, ankles? None of those? You didn't say?
No, I mean, like, I don't know if you'd say that's like your scapula back here, but like that's probably as far as back goes.
Which one? Both?
Both. Yes.
Okay. All right. That gets back to neck. That's more neck anchor.
Mm-hmm.
No ankle or hips?
No.
And I ask because this is a pivot.
Yeah.
So you could be unloading other pivots into that pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No.
Okay. All right.